Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Lisa, and in this video we're going to talk through how I've completed this toucan with the Pastel background. If you like this video, remember to like and subscribe. And this is a full real-time tutorial on my Patreon, so you can jump over there and join for free to see all new tutorials that come out every month. So let's get started drawing the toucan. So coming into this piece, it had been a while since I'd used Pastel, so I decided to start just in the top left-hand corner to put in some of this blue and white tone, just to get the hang of the brushes again and start to sort of map out where you can see some of the darker sections. So the paper I'm using for this piece is Fabriano, because that's the type of paper that I want to use for the bird and the branch. It doesn't mean that you can't use Pastels, it just means that it's not great for Pastels. So you just need to keep in mind that you can't do a lot of layers of Pastel on this paper, just because the tooth of the paper sort of isn't as thick as what would be on like a pastel mat or a paper that's specifically made for Pastels. So all this means is that when you're putting down your colours, you just want to make sure that you're going in really, really lightly, and you're going in with sort of the colours that you need rather than building up or layering the colours a lot, because you won't be able to get too many layers down. For the tutorial that's on Patreon, we do go through step by step, and I explain each of the colours that I'm using in the order and also explain some of the techniques that I'm using as we go along. I also recommend and just say to my Patreons that you don't actually have to do a background. If you're really not interested in putting any of the Pastels down, or you want to do a colour pencil or a watercolour pencil background, that is also fine. You don't have to follow these tutorials exactly the way that I'm doing it. You need to make it your own, and everyone's techniques and style is different. So even though you're following a tutorial, it's just to learn sort of the main steps and different ways of doing things. And in each of the pieces, you'll be able to see your own style in the work. And we also discussed the fact that you probably don't even need a background. So I reckon this piece would look really good just with the bird and the branch, because it's just so detailed. I don't think you actually need the background, but I don't usually do a background, so I wanted to do something a little bit different, try and challenge myself and go out of the box so that I can really experiment and learn something new along the way. So you don't have to put in a background, but this tutorial is great just for beginners who are really not sure about Pastels or just want to see the way that it's done. So remembering as well with this background, it is a background, it is blurry, so it's not meant to have too much detail. You're not meant to be able to see all of those little details. It's just sort of like a blurry background, and the main focus is going to be the bird and the branch at the very front, because that will be in focus. And you can see just around the bird and also around the leaves and the branch that are coming off, we don't want to go too hard up against the side of them. If you do, it's really good because Pastel comes up really, really well. So if you just use an eraser or a kneaded eraser, it'll come up very quickly. So you just want to make sure that you can have space to get your pencils in there. And then at the end, we go back through with the Pastels and really push it right up against the polychromos pencils that we put down. So for the sort of base layers and putting down this Pastel background, you don't want to go too hard up against the outline. Okay, so getting started with the bird, we go in with a black pencil just really lightly to get the outline of the eye. Also, if you are interested in doing the toucan and not worrying about the background or the branch, you can purchase the tutorials for individual sale. So this 4-hour tutorial of the bird is available just for $3 on Patreon. So it is individual sale, and you get everything that you need to complete this one all by yourself. So to get that shine in the eye, I go in with a white waxy pencil, put down a wax resist to ensure that it stays nice and light, and then go over with some of the sky blue, building up the green tones in the iris, and then you can go and start to get darker with the black pencil. I used some of the cream to do a base around the eye, and then started to use some of the cadmium yellow to get a little bit darker, adding in some of the light green and the bistre around the eye just to add in some of those shadow sections. So instead of just using black to sort of get the shadows and the creases in the feathers, we go in with contrasting colours. So using the greens and the browns in the yellow will help it look darker without making it look muddy or too black by using a black. Then going in and outlining the beak with some of the black, using some of the sky blue to get that blue tone, and then getting darker, ensuring that you have a really sharp point on your pencil just to get these really little details in. So one of the most defining parts of the toucan is this amazing beak. So going in and just doing sort of little sections at a time and building up the tones really slowly will help you get a really nice smooth blend. So for the top section of this beak, I use the base of the cold grey one. This just helps to dull down the colours just a little bit so you can build them up, and at the top of the beak it was really light. So I went in with some of the light green on top of the cold grey one and then just added in some of the sky blue. So you can see when I was putting down the colours, I hold my pencil like on the side just so it's horizontal on the page and you're only getting really small amounts of the pencil down. We don't want it to be too blue or green at the top here. We just want it to be nice and light up against the background. Having some really sharp points on your pencils will really help you get in those little details, especially for these sort of little triangle sections on the beak. For the blue, I used the light Failio blue and the Failio blue to get a little bit darker. And in the orange section, I used the orange glaze and went in with some of the red tones just to help darken that down. For the end of the beak, where it's sort of that purple tone, I used some of the magenta and violet, and then blending that down with the cold grey one will give it sort of that pastel sort of colour. I also took some time to go through with some more pan pastels and some greener colours at the top of the beak and the side, just to blend that background in a little bit better so we can get a nice crisp edge on the top and the bottom of the beak. So now that we have all of these main colours in the beak, we're going to continue to use these colours throughout the piece. So going through this orange and yellow section, we're starting to add in some of the cream, the cadmium yellow, and then going in and adding some of the bistre. Then to help darken this section, I also went in with some of the fuchsia, which is a pink colour, which I'd used in the beak as well. Using a bit of this will really help to put in those shadow sections. Also adding in some of the light green will help to add some of the grey tone in there, using some of the permanent green. So all of those colours that we used in the beak, we're using that to help darken this yellow section rather than using any dark greys or black tones. Then moving on to the most difficult part of this whole piece, which is the branch, and it's completed exactly the way that you would think it is, which is we just go through and complete one little section at a time. This may be one little leaf at a time, or maybe one little section of some of the moss. Making sure to have really sharp pencils so you can get in those really little details. And we're continuing to go through with all of those contrasting colours, so we're making sure we're putting in all of the blues, oranges, yellows, pinks, purples, all of that from the bird into this branch as well. So it might be just some little sections or maybe just glazing over in certain parts, but making sure that they're all sort of coming together and making it a cohesive piece, all of the same sorts of colours, really helps to bring out the vibrancy in this piece. When you're completing this sort of thing, it is really good just to zone out, have some YouTube or a podcast on in the background so you can have a listen and really just zone out and enjoy the process. It takes a really long time, and to get it looking really good, you do need to spend a lot of time on it, and rushing through it isn't going to help anything. So making sure to take a lot of time, and that's a really good thing about the tutorials for this piece. Each section is broken down and you complete it step by step at your own pace in your own time, and all of the steps are laid out for you clearly. You get given the reference photo, line art, material list, and everything you need to complete this one all by yourself. So although the end result of this, everything is very saturated, when you're going down and doing your base layers, you want to make sure that you are going in with a really light pressure. This will help to build up the layers, add a whole heap of different tones in under each of the sections, and ensure that you're leaving the lighter bits to be light and getting the darker bits really dark. So if you go in to begin with a really hard pressure in, say, like a light green section, and then you're wanting to build up different tones in there, it might be harder to get different colors over the top if you're going in really hard. So you need to make sure that you're going in with a lighter pressure. And then once you've built up a couple of layers, you can go through and burnish a little bit, which means pushing a little bit harder with your pencil. Or I also go in with a white waxy pencil, just really lightly, especially over these leaves. So because the color we're going for is very light, it means that we can't put too many layers down, or we don't want to put too many layers down. But then if you do that, then you can see the tooth of the paper coming through and it's not very smooth. And leaves are very smooth. So to get them to be very smooth, we use our white waxy pencil just to really gently go over the leaves and smooth everything out. It just really helps it to give it that sort of shiny texture, and making sure to go over very lightly. Then you can go over with other layers if you need to get darker or add in any more little details. You always don't want to go in with too much pressure unless you're fully finished completing a piece, because trying to go back over or trying to erase what you've put down is very difficult with colour pencil. So then finally, the last little bit of this was just to go through with our pan pastels and just fix up those edges. So putting the background right up against the vine and the bird to make sure that it's all covered and we can't see any of that sort of white glow around the leaves or anything like that. But I really hope you like this piece. Please let me know in the comments below what you think of this one. I'd really love to see you over on Patreon. You can sign up for free just to support my channel, and this toucan will be available for individual sale as well as in the Patreon tutorials. This will be available for all of my Patreons. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks guys.